Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make a mixed salad today with mostly crunchy ingredients that differ greatly in flavor. I have corn, I have red bell pepper, I have celery, I have kale, I have cauliflower and almonds. So these are my 6 main ingredients. They're the 3 times 2. The job is always take 3. That's my method to get the most variety in. Because if I make another recipe every single day, I need a simple method to go ahead. It is easy. I find an ingredient. For example, today it was kale. I thought kale salad would be nice. And then I took the kale, cut it, and thought about okay, with bell pepper maybe. And then cauliflower is crunchy too, celery, and I had the other ingredients coming by, as I'm inspired by the ingredients. I work with the ingredients and then I come to, yeah, that would be nice. And so I build up a nice little salad. And the method of 2-3 makes it sure that I have only a small number of ingredient, but not too little ingredients. 3 is the minimum, because with 3, there are so many variations possible for my taste buds to find out what is in it, that I cannot single out one anymore. With 2 ingredients, that will be too little. I can always say, oh, that's easy. There are only two ways that these can relate to each other. But with 3, you have already 6 possibilities. So that's why I think 3 is the minimum. But from there you can build, because each ingredient can have 3 ingredients. The dressing, for example, made today has 5 ingredients, 3 basic, and one of them again 3. So I show you. It is a sesame cream, very simple. Sesame or tahini dressing. The sesame seeds, of course. You can also take tahini. Tahini is very, very healthy, or sesame seeds. They are super high in calcium and iron. Very nice. And of course protein in seeds, always a lot of protein, more than fat. That's the advantage of seeds towards nuts, against nuts, if you want to have less fat, and more protein. And a little bit of lemon, only half a lemon to begin with. That's usually the amount. Otherwise it might turn off too sour. That is not, with the tahini dressing it should be nice and mellow, a little bit, not too aggressive. But you can of course change the tahini dressing, make a basic one. So I have pepper and salt, just basic, very easy, as I said, and a little bit of date. Tahini can become a little bit bitter. And if you have a tahini, it's already ground, usually not so bitter, but the sesame seeds, they are a little bit more, can be a little bit more bitter. So dates here I help with this bitterness. Some dates only, and pepper and salt. That's it. Just a little bit of water. I will blend it ahead of time. So a little bit of water, not too much. It should be still creamy. And then I'll let it sit for a moment while I put the ingredients together, the main ingredients of the salad, to show you. So blender dance now. As I said, it's a second blending is needed afterwards. So I take a quick look to check the texture in between and the flavor. Some of the sesame seeds are jumping up the blender walls here, so I help them push down a little bit. And then they will sit for a while. It's nice and creamy, I see already. I like that color, and the texture, So it's good. I will taste it now to check if the spices are correct. Very good. Sesame cream, to make a sesame dressing is very easy. Wait a minute. a little bit more water. It's a short blend to incorporate everything. Now it can sit, and I come to the main ingredients. Salad bowl. And I said at first, kale here. This is my start today. I wanted to make a kale salad. This is interesting here. This is pretty much a heap of kale, maybe 4 or 5 leaves stemmed, and then I chopped it on a cutting board into these small pieces. That is very nice for kale, especially for 2 reasons. Kale is super high in nutrients, is the highest in nutrient from the leafy greens. There's no one higher, interesting enough, but so very healthy, but it has very firm leaves. And these firm leaves make it hard to digest because you don't get it in, you don't get the nutrients in, or you have to chew really well. So this is one point why I cut it into small pieces in a salad, because the other ingredients, I don't have to chew them that much, as the kale. Yeah? And when I cut the kale in very small pieces, that is easier to chew to get the nutrients in. The second reason is, like all the cruciferous vegetables, the kale and the cabbage and the broccoli, they have a special ingredient that turns into a very healthy enzyme, into a chemical, sulforaphane, it's called, and that's what the research is most interested in these cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli is the most outstanding one. All the cabbage are these kind of. They have this sulforaphane that builds to fight cancer. So it is very healthy. Also a reason why we eat this kale and cabbage things, yeah, cauliflower, broccoli, because of this wonderful benefit. But if you steam it even slightly, it will reduce this and no sulforaphane is built. So to have it raw is a very nice way to get it, but then if you cut it open here in these small pieces, the air comes to the cells, into the cells, and then the sulforaphane builds. Yeah? So we have to cut it open. Yeah? And that also makes it easier for the sulforaphane to build. So that's also the second reason why I cut it. So that's a little bit long explanation, but the next ingredient is indeed a cauliflower. That's also crunchy, but I have only here some florets here. It's a raw cauliflower. The same applies with cauliflower, but it is easier to chew. You know, I don't have a problem to chew cauliflower. Kale is more difficult, so I can have the little florets here. This is the texture for the cauliflower. It's like some nuts, maybe a little bit. Reminds me. Yeah. But the third ingredient of this group of 3 are the almonds. The almonds, yeah, also crunchy. Yeah, they have a little bit more fat than the other ingredients, but they're also very healthy. Nuts in general, when they are raw, they boost your life expectancy. They are very healthy. You cannot eat enough nuts, too many nuts. You won't get fat if they are raw, because they have something inside. Science researching on that, but one of the best guesses is that they have something inside, a chemical substance that makes the body produce heat. And when the body produces more heat, it burns more fat, burns more energy, and it will not build fat. Yeah. Because there is no energy to store in fat. Fat is the energy store. So that's why nuts are cool, and you can eat it, and it's nice texture. And then now the colorful ingredients here, the more colorful one, the red and green and yellow, is they're also sweeter here. This is sweet. It's a red bell pepper. Yellow corn is also sweet. Both are crunchy. Similar texture. They go in there too. And the third part of the second part here is the celery. This is not sweet, it's rather salty, yeah, but also crunchy, a lot of water. Of course, we know celery is super healthy. I don't need to explain that. All plants, yeah, we don't need to care so much about the nutrients, the health benefits of plants and vegetables at all, because we know most of them are very healthy, high in antioxidant, high anti-inflammatory. That's almost what science most cares for these qualities, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. Most diseases are connected with one of these or both. Our plants and have that, animal products not. Animal products are not good for us, but plants are. So in general, not so much to care about these health benefits, because plants by itself. So then now I go back to my dressing. I will check it again, and I guess I have to blend it one more time. Oh yeah. I don't know if I have to put some more water. Maybe a little bit more water. Because when the sesame seed, when they sit for a while in the water, blended, they soak a little bit, they get thicker, and now the blades can really make them very creamy in the second blending. That's a good trick you can try if you use the seeds. Looks very nice to me. I like this texture. It's a little bit runny. It's still a nice cream. I'll taste it. Very good. There's a bit of flavor. Sweet, sour, salty, all there. Hot. And I show you now what it looks like. Put it over the salad. All these ingredients are crunchy, so they can have a nice creamy dressing. There's no problem. It will not harm these nice pieces of the plants here inside and the nuts. They don't wilt here. They're not mashed up when we have finer leafy greens. I have to be careful with the dressing. Creamy dressings, they are perfect for these crunchy salads. I hope it tastes. I never had that before. I tried a little bit. You know, when I try one ingredient, look for another next ingredient. For example, which nut would I like to add? I taste some pieces of the ingredients, I eat the nut, and then I decide. I could have also taken sunflower seeds here. So I tried before I made the salad. Before I decided, I tried, for example, the celery, a piece of celery, and I ate a piece of sunflower seed, and then I found, maybe better with almond. So that's how I find the ingredients. I taste them, I touch them, I look at them, think a little bit, and then it's fun. It's done. And that's my salad. I guess it's very healthy, full of nutrients, and that's a whole meal, of course, and it will keep for some time. Everything's in there, almost, of course, but super yummy, I guess. I like to taste it. I will taste it. The dressing, you never know, but the dressing really it fits with all the ingredients. Let's see. Very good. Wonderful. Mouthful. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, like my video. Maybe subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. Sorry. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.